We are here in Austin at Riverland. Field number 1 at Seltz Field, ready for the last of our section. And there's some section games going on tomorrow, but this is the last for Power 96 before the state tournament on Tuesday, which we are going to for 2 different teams. We know that for sure now. Albert Lee qualifying yesterday with their win over Byron and Red Wing in that second game. The winner take all. They took all and scored 4 in the 8th in extra innings to win it. And they will move on Tuesday to Jordan. Not sure the opponent yet or the seedings, but they'll get to that over the weekend. And then the winner of this game tonight between the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics and the Hayfield Vikings is going to state. Well, the first game is, of course, if Lyle-Pacelli can win, they'll force the second game tonight, about a half hour after the first. And then that'll be for winner take all. But if Hayfield wins the first game, they're going to state, and the athletics season will be over. So we'll see here in just a few minutes as we get going on that one. Vikings are 22-0 out of Hayfield. That's a remarkable year that they've had in Class A and number 1 ranked in the class for most of the season, and deservedly so. And Lyle-Pacelli is 19-3 right behind them. They only lost 3 games. 2 of them were to Randolph by 1 run, and then they lost 11-2 to Randolph. And then Hayfield beat them on Monday of this week, 13-3, to force Lyle-Pacelli to have to go through the wrestlebacks, as I call them, the losers bracket. It's such a harsh term, so I always like to call it the wrestlebacks. And they have made their way through, and now will face Hayfield with a chance to redeem themselves and get to the state tournament here. We've got the same starters as last time on Monday for these teams. Both are excellent. Zach Bollingberg will start for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics. And there's Ethan Fritcher for Hayfield. The junior will be throwing first up here, as Hayfield is the home team, being the higher seed. And so Ethan will take the hill and do his thing first. And he will face a lineup that includes Cole Walter, the senior catcher. Zach Bolenberg, the senior pitcher, bats second. Third is Sam Nelson, the center fielder. He's a senior. Jed Nelson, shortstop, batting fourth, and he's a senior. Hunter Vadere is an 8th grader starting in right field and batting 5th. Mac Nelson, sophomore third baseman, is batting 6th in the athletics lineup, and he's a sophomore. Jack Truckenmiller is the left fielder, and he's a sophomore, batting 7th. Jaden Lewis bats 8th. He's a second baseman and a senior. And Landon Meyer, another 8th grader starting for Lyle-Pacelli. He's the first baseman, and he will bat 9th in the order. So that's who Fritcher has to go against. And Zach Bollingberg is going to face an equally potent lineup. Both these teams, well, despite the 13-3 loss on Monday, I think they're very evenly matched. Just a bad first inning for Lyle-Pacelli on Monday, giving up 9 runs. Because after that, it was, 4-3. So after that 9-run burst in the first, where the first 5 men reached, they settled down and did pretty well. But Bollingberger is going to face Ethan Fritcher first, the pitcher and junior. Joey Temple, a senior third baseman, will bat second for Hayfield when they're up in the bottom of the inning. Carver Height is the right fielder. He'll bat third. He's a junior. Lucas Hansen, the senior first baseman, bats 4th. Isaiah Temple is a senior, batting 5th. He catches. Hayfield left fielder Ethan Slothog will bat 6th. He's a senior. Senior Eric Bungham is playing shortstop, and he'll bat 7th. 8th in the lineup is Isaac Watson, the DH. He's a junior. And batting 9th, Nolan Clockey, the junior center fielder. Kobe Foster will play second. He's a junior and will not bat to start the game. We have to thank our sponsors. There's Hodgman Drainage, of course, has been along for all of these out-of-town games that we do, it seems like, and we do appreciate that. Also, Viking Realty has been a scoreboard sponsor for quite a few of these Hayfield games, as has Southeast Minnesota Real Estate out of Hayfield. And also strikeout sponsors for Hayfield pitchers. It's Absolute Ag in Hayfield, and for Lyle-Pacelli pitchers throwing strikeouts, they're sponsored by AgriSteel of Lyle. And base hits tonight for Lyle-Pacelli will be brought to you by Midwest Auto Steer in Lyle. We thank them for jumping on board, one and all, and making it possible for us to do this. We'll take a break and be back with the first pitch here on Power 96 Sports.
Being a teenager is tough.
There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Minnesota's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Minnesota, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
That one jumped over the end of the spot there, Mr. Techman. It is back here in Riverland at field number 1, the best press box. I think it's the best stadium around. It's so big, and I know it's hot up here, but that's because it's 95 degrees. If it was a nice day, it wouldn't be so bad up here at the press box. Got the windows open, and it's a beautiful day anyway. Hayfield is in their black jerseys with blue stripes and gold trim and numerals, and the white pants, and Lyle-Pacelli in their green tops with white pants, blue trim and numbers. So everybody wearing dark jerseys in the hot sun. I don't know about that. And then still these coaches who have those light jackets on as if to signify they're a coach. Yeah, we know you're a coach. Take the jacket off. You make me sweat looking at you. It's 95 degrees and they're wearing a jacket. It's a pullover, but still, come on. Any extra layer is just insane. It's 95 degrees. They moved the start of this game back an hour for some reason. They thought it would help somewhere along the line. I'm not sure I get that, but still hot. Still sunshine. It's not going to change. They wanted to cool things down. They moved the first game back to 8 and the second game back to 10:30. Even then, it would have been hot. But the sun is beating down on the whole field. Not a lot of wind out there either. The flag is pretty much hanging limp out there in left field. It's quite a poke to get it out of here. 325 down the lines, right and left, and 400 to dead center to hit a home run here at Seltz Field in Austin on the campus of Riverland. And we're about ready to go here. Cole Walter will step in and face Ethan Fritcher as Walter, the catcher, batting right-handed, looks at the first pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Again, if Hayfield wins this game, there will be no other tonight. But if Pacelli can come in and get a victory, we'll play another one. That one is just a little inside and high. It's going to be 2-0 to leadoff batter Cole Walter. He's a senior catcher. And Walter last time, he led off the game last time too, and he was 0 for 3 in that 13-3 loss to the Vikings. It is now 2-1. And he fouls one straight back into the fence, 2-2. As Fritcher works his way back from 2-0 behind, now to get it 2-2 on leadoff batter Walter. Zach Bollingberg will be up next, Sam Nelson to follow. For the Athletics, 19-3. That's opposite field, in the air to right, and back he goes. And Hayfield's Carver Height makes the catch out there. Fairly deep, not quite warning track length, but it was a nice fly ball to right, and one up and one down. Now Zach Bollingberg, pitcher against pitcher here. Fritcher's a lefty on the mound, and Bollingberg, the righty, batting for Lyle-Pacelli. And the first pitch is up and outside for a ball. Bollingberg had a walk. He was 0 for 2 with a walk in the 13-3 loss Monday. He fouls one back into the screen, makes it 1-1. Yeah, Lyle-Pacelli has to have a much better start. They can even give up a few runs, and that'd be a better start. As long as they don't give up 9, and maybe they can score some themselves. Strike is called to Zach, so it's 1-2 with one out, nobody on. Top of the first, just underway here in Austin for the Section 1 Class A championship round here. 2 games if needed. 2-2 now to Zach Bollingberg. Whoever wins will follow him to state, as we will with Alberta Tigers. As time permits, we don't have the pairings, and they're both in different cities, so we'll have to decide what gets aired when, but we'll do it for you. We'll figure it out. That's a foul down the third baseline, so it stays 2-2. From Fritcher to Bollingberg. Well, Fritcher last time had 5 strikeouts and a walk. He was the first of 3 pitchers that Hayfield used in that win. 3-2 now as he misses. Sam Nelson on deck. 1 down, 3-2 pitch to Bollingberg. Here it comes. And he lifts it high to center. And camped under it, Nolan Clockey didn't hardly have to move to get that one. 2 flyouts to the outfield, and there's 2 up and 2 down for Lyle-Pacelli with Sam Nelson, senior center fielder, left-handed batter. Had a strikeout and a couple of hits, RBI, run scored in the loss. It was a spark plug in their effort, 13-3 loss. First pitch to him is a little breaking ball inside for a ball. 1-0. Here's the next pitch. Working quickly is Ethan Fritcher, and that one also up and outside this time for 2-0 count. On deck, if Nelson reaches, is Jed Nelson. Sam and Jed, 2 of the 3 Nelson boys. Mac also playing. He's a little farther down the line. And Isaac Nelson is on the bench. 4 Nelson boys for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And taking all the way, strike 1 to Sam, the center fielder. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. He swings and misses, and that takes it to a full count. 3-2. Lefty, Ethan Fritcher. Junior, he'll be coming back for another year for this potent team. Undefeated. His foul back, still 3-2. Oh, they're doing the quarter foul ball trick here, too, that they did in Red Wing yesterday. Well, they always do it in Red Wing. I don't know that they always do it here, but it's good. Gets the kids active, chasing foul balls down and turning them into the concession stand for 50 cents. And a strike called on the outside corner for a 1-2-3 inning for Ethan Fritcher. That strikeout is brought to you by Absolute Ag. You can check them out. They're the premier livestock waste handling service around, and give them a call. Give them all the crap you want at 507-259-9054 to schedule your job. The scoreboard after a half inning, still scoreless. Brought to you by Viking Realty in Hayfield, specializing in farm properties as well as residential homes. And they have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services. Those are features that let you control the market information so you find a home that fits your exact needs. Call 507-477-2649 or visit hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven. Well, they flipped the scorecard around, and bottom of the first for Hayfield coming up against Zach Bollingberg, the senior pitcher for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics. The Vikings sending Ethan Fritcher to the plate first, followed by Joey Temple and Carver Height. What is I was going to check the temperature. I think it was 95 not too long ago. Still this late in the evening, it's still boiling. I know I'm sweating, but I'm sitting with the sun shining on my back. Something familiar about this. 0-1 pitch now to Lucas. And that one hit him. He's going to force in a run on the hit by pitch. That hit him in the helmet? Hit him in the helmet or what? But it doesn't take much to get the hit by pitch. That's the second one of those this inning for Bolingbrook. But like I said, with all the sweat and moisture in the hands, you got to imagine probably be bending down to pick up a lot of dirt throughout the game, just to try and keep your hand a little drier. But he's hit 2 batters, given up 3 runs, and now the bases are loaded again as Hansen made his way to third. Isaiah Temple is on second, Bungham's on first, and Isaac Watson, the DH. Left-handed hitting junior coming up again with all the bases filled. And 1 down here in the bottom of the first. 3-0 Hayfield. Watson is the 8th batter. They batted 13 in the first inning on Monday. Well, this one's ripped to right, but camping under it and has a beat on it is Hunter Vadir, and tag up and they'll score the run 4-0. 2 down now on a sac fly to right for Isaac Watson. 2 outs. And Nolan Clockey up. He's the center fielder, a junior, with 2 down. And runners at first and second. Hansen scored on that one to make it 4-zip. First pitch is a ball to Clockey, 1-0. 9 hitters, so they batted around. Ooh, that was inside, close to his 3rd hit batter of the inning. 2-0. 4-0. 2-0 count, 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Hayfield. And Bolingbrook checks the runners and delivers. Swing and a miss. 2-1. As Clockey steps in. The first game on the game on Monday, he had a RBI triple and a single and a strikeout. As it's now 3-1 to Clockey. Top of the orders next. Bolingbrook and the Athletics needing an out badly here. That one's up the middle on the ground. Scooped up there by the shortstop on to first for the out, and that's Jed Nelson to Landon Meyer. And they bat around to get 4 runs in that first inning to the Vikings. And they take the 4-0 lead on the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate Scoreboard. Rich Rican has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota, and he can put you in your dream home. Just give him a call, 507-477-2000. Easy number to remember, 477-2000. Or online, semnrealty.com.
Runners to your mark. Set.
Some may see a sprinter. At the NFHS, we see a future leader already off to the races. Some may see a volleyball player.
Good hit! Way to go, girls! Woo!
At the NFHS, we see a spike in confidence that will help her achieve her potential. What else do we see? Musicians learning to march to their own beat. We're the NFHS, the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and activities in America, helping today's teenagers develop the skills they need to become tomorrow's leaders. And we see it happening in communities across Minnesota every single day. Learn more about the NFHS commitment to youth at nfhs.org. This message presented by the NFHS, the National Federation of State High School Associations.
I'm back here for the second inning. 4-0, not nearly as bad as on Monday when it was 9-0 after 1. And not even as bad as Lyle-Pacelli's game against Southland when they fell behind 5-0 after one. So they're getting better as they go here. 4-0. They can come back from that, as they did against Southland on a 5-0 deficit. So they're going to bat Jed Nelson, Hunter Vadir, and Mac Nelson here, the 4-5-6 hitters, against Ethan Fritcher. And Nelson, Jed, the senior shortstop, had a couple of strikeouts in the Monday game as well as a ground out. Infield grounder to the pitcher. So he's looking to get back on track here. Vadir had a single in that game, a walk and a run scored with a stolen base and a strikeout. And Mac Nelson with 2 strikeouts and an RBI, actually 3 strikeouts with an RBI. It was a wild pitch during his at-bat. So these guys, 4-5-6, need to get as well. The only 2 there weren't mentioned. And we go to the bottom of the second now. Hayfield leading 4-0. And the top of the order again. Ethan Fritcher against Zach Bolenberg, who had a strikeout and a walk in that first inning, but gave up the 4 runs. Then he starts out with a ball to Fritcher, 1-0. Walked Ethan the first time around. Now it's lifted high, but catchable and playable by right fielder Hunter Vadir for out number 1. A fly to right, 1 up, 1 down. Joey Temple's next. He singled and scored. The first 4 batters scored: Fritcher, Temple, Height, and Hansen. There was a walk, 2 singles, and a hit by pitch, and then a 2 RBI single for Temple, Isaiah, in that first inning. So 3 hits altogether by Hayfield. First pitch to Joey Temple is ball. No, it's actually 1-1 now. Ball and a strike. Nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of 2. Hayfield leading by 4 and batting 2-1 now to Joey. Five senior starters for this Hayfield club. That one's on the ground to short. Scooped up there by Jed Nelson and across the diamond in time to Landon Meyer to get the speedy Joey Temple. And it's 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Carver Height, the junior, right fielder. But coming back, they will have some good experienced players. The Vikings in their 22-0 season this year, including Ethan Fritcher. And Carver Height's a junior. Also Isaac Watson, the DH. Nolan Clockey, the center fielder. As well as Kobe Foster, the second baseman, all juniors. Plenty of youngsters on the bench as well. There's a swing and a miss by Height. Makes it 1-1. And Bolingbird trying to match his counterpart and get a 1-2-3 inning here. And that is strike called, 1-2. Lucas Hansen on deck for the Vikings. But 2 down now, 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. That'll be the third out, a 1-2-3 inning. And another strikeout, the second for Bolingbird. And that strikeout brought to you by Agri-Steel. When it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan with one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry and top-of-the-line G115 galvanization. Visit Agri-Steel today at 103 First Street in Lisle or call them for more information at 507-325-2382. Checking out the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate Scoreboard, Rich Rican has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota. He can put you in your dream home by calling 507-477-2000 or check them out online at semnrealty.com. It's 4-0 Hayfield through 2 on Power 96 Sports.
This Lyle-Pacelli Hayfield Class 1A Baseball Championship Round matchup is sponsored today by Hodgman Drainage. Their dedicated team specializes in underground solutions using state-of-the-art technology, delivering superior results. Proudly serving area farmers since 1982. When it's time for drainage design and installation, contact Hodgman Drainage at 507-528-2225.
Once again, we're on, of course, Power 96. Which is 96.1 KQPR FM, Albert Lee, Minnesota. Also streaming video and audio online at KQPRFM.com. as well as facebook.com/Power96MN, and on the YouTube channel, which, by the way, you should subscribe there. It's free to do. But the more subscribers we get, the easier it is to get to it. We can just give you an address to go to, other than go to youtube.com and search for Power 96 Baseball. That's what we got to do now, but we'd have an actual URL if we get enough subscribers. How many do we need? 100. So there you go. Tell all your friends to do that. It'll be easy to get us at the state tournament for one of these two teams, and also Albert Lee on next week, Tuesday. Oh, no, we can't do the streaming, I guess. The pesky MSHSL and their rules. Yeah, it's all right. Totally understand. Here we are in the third inning with Lyle-Pacelli. We're trailing 4-0 and batting. And it's 7, 8, 9 hitters. Jack Truckenmiller, sophomore left fielder. Now with an 0-2 count from Fritcher, who's on a roll. 4 strikeouts in a row. Make that 5. 1 up, 1 down here in the third. 5 in a row sent down by the K. It's another absolute ag strikeout. And you can give Cody a call at 507-259-9054. Now, don't give him the crap on the phone, but just business to business, businessman and woman to businessman. Give them all the crap you want. It's what they do. They take your crap. And a 0-1 count already. Fritcher is just on a roll here. Jaden Lewis down 0-2 already. The senior second baseman for Lyle-Pacelli. Lewis had a strikeout and a walk in the Monday game. That one's up high. And a rare ball from Fritcher lately. Although he has had 2 3-2 counts last inning, even though he struck out the side. And he delivers. That's inside and a ball. 2-2. He's working on 5 Ks in a row. This will be his 6th if he can get one. So not only do they score runs, play great defense, and they pitch the lights out of the ball, and that's fouled back and out of play. Still 2-2 to Jaden Lewis, the 8-hitter in the lineup for the Athletics. Landon Meyer will be next, the 8th grade first baseman. Fritcher ready, lefty delivers, and that's a breaking ball that misses outside, and it's a full count, 3-2. 1 down, nobody on here in the top of the third, with Hayfield up 4-zip. If they win this game, it's all over in this section. There's a called third strike of Lewis. That's 6 Ks in a row for Fritcher, and 2 up and 2 down here in the third. And a Absolute Ag strikeout brought to you by Absolute Ag in Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around, and give them all the crap you want. Call Cody 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. Lefty Meyer swings through one and strike 1. He struck out Sam Nelson to end the first, and then struck out the side, Jed Nelson, Hunter Vidier, and Mac Nelson. This one's in play, caught by the center fielder in short left center. So 3 up, 3 down, breaks the string of 6 in a row by K, but they do get another 1-2-3 inning out of the deal with the catch there by Nolan Clockey to end the third inning for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics on an F8. And they will have the top of the order with Lyle-Pacelli when they bat in the fourth. But checking out the Viking Realty scoreboard here, it is 4-0 Hayfield with the Vikings coming to bat. And Viking Realty in Hayfield specializes in farm properties as well as residential homes. And they have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services. Features that let you control market information so you can find a home that fits your exact needs. It's easy to use. Check it out online at hayfieldhomes.com, or otherwise call them at 507-477-2649 and find your piece of heaven. 6 strikeouts for Fritcher already for Hayfield, and Bollingberg with 2 on the other end of things for Lyle-Pacelli, and he will face the 4-5-6 batters here in the bottom of the third. Lucas Hansen, Isaiah Temple, and Ethan Slothog. Hansen hit by a pitch. Temple had a 2 RBI single, and Slothog struck out all in the first inning. As the final warm-up tosses by Bollingberg. They need a 1-2-3 inning just like last time, and then get the bats going again. Or I shouldn't say again, for the first time in this game. You know, they came back and beat Southland in the other game Monday to get to this position where they had to beat Hayfield twice. But they can't be letting it go too long here. They got to start catching up. Right now on defense are the Athletics as Bolingbird is ready, the righty, facing right-handed batting Lucas Hansen, who he hit last time, and this one's a ball, 1-0. One of 2 hit batters in that first inning for Bolingbird. But the good sign is he came out in the second and went 1-2-3, including a strikeout. There's ball 2 to Hansen. And the 2-0 is in there for a strike called. 2-1. 4 runs on 3 hits for Hayfield. No errors in the game for either squad. And that's outside the zone for a 3-1 count to Lucas. Hansen, a senior, plays first base for these Vikings. And that one's right back on a hop to the pitcher, Bolingbird. And he's going to run halfway over to first and then flip it underhanded to his first baseman, Landenmeyer, for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. On a 1-3 put out, Isaiah Temple is up, and he had the 2 RBI single in the first. Part of that 4-run first for Hayfield. And he check swings and hits one past the pitcher and on to second base. Lewis picks it up, and they throw him out at first in time. 2 up, 2 down. A 1-3 put out, followed by a 4-3 put out. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outs in a row for the Lyle-Pacelli defense. But Slaughthog is up now. He struck out his first time up. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of 3, 4-0 Hayfield as they bat here. And strike 1 is called to Ethan. It'll be tough to lose these seniors. Swing and a miss by Slaughthog. 0-2. Slaughthog, Isaiah Temple, Lucas Hansen, Joey Temple, Eric Bungham, all seniors that'll be lost after this year, so they better enjoy themselves and get as far as they can. And they're off to a great 22-0 year here. That one's fouled down the third baseline. It makes it 2-1. Or rather, 0-2 still. That's what it is, 0-2. Bolingbird taking his time, walking around, took the glove off the glove hand, kind of cool things down a little bit, shakes off one sign, takes the next, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts for Bolingbird in the game, and another 1-2-3 inning, his second in a row. In fact, 8 outs in a row for the defense of Lyle-Pacelli. And that strikeout brought to you by AgriSteel. When it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan with one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry and top-of-the-line G115 galvanization. Visit AgriSteel today at 103 1st Street in Lisle, or give them a call for information at 507-325-2382. Check the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate scoreboard, and it's 4-0 after 3. Hayfield leading Lyle-Pacelli here in Austin. Rich Reekin has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota. And there at Southeast Minnesota Real Estate, he can put you in your dream home by calling 507-477-2000 or online at semnrealty.com. So after the 4 runs in the first, just like Monday, Lyle-Pacelli settled down. I think they only allowed 1 more hit over the next 3 or 4 innings after that 9-run onslaught they had to overcome. They couldn't overcome it. But right now, both teams defensively, pitching-wise, on a roll here with Fritcher had 6 strikeouts in a row, going back to the first inning, through the second and into the third. But they have, of course, no hits given up, so it is 9 up and 9 down. 3-1-2-3 innings to start things for Ethan and the defense. And they're going to face the top of the order here. Cole Walter, Zach Bolingbird, and Sam Nelson. Walter flew out to right field his first time up. He is getting into the batter's box now. Walter is a senior catcher. He and Bolinberg, along with Sam Nelson and Jed Nelson, and Jaden Lewis will be lost to graduation. So they want to have some great memories and get a win here for sure. Let's take them a game at a time, trying to win this one so they can play another one here tonight and have a winner-take-all game for a trip to state, just like we had last night. As the pitch is outside, it's 2-0 now to Walter. Fritcher with 6 strikeouts, no walks, no hits through 3. This one is hit high and shallow left, and coming in, left fielder for Hayfield, Ethan Slothog calls off the shortstop. Eric Bungaman makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down on a fly to left. And that'll bring up Zach Bolinberg. He flew out to center his first time up. Ethan Fritcher, the junior, having a whale of a start here as he has a breaking ball. That's way outside for a ball. He's got this one really slow-moving breaking pitch that he's missed on a couple of times, but when it's that far out, it always looks really slow. And that one is blasted to center, but getting under it is Clocky, and he missed it off his glove. That's an E8 and allows Bolinberg to get to second. Should have had that one. E8, and now the Athletics have a runner in scoring position with Sam Nelson up. Senior center fielder, struck out his first time up, the lefty. And now if Fritcher wants to talk to his catcher, Temple, and whispers made about 10 feet in front of home plate, and they're breaking it up quick. I don't know if they're discussing maybe throwing it down to second. As Fritcher gets ready here, the lefty checks the runner. 1 out and a runner at second. Swing and a short hit back. It must have hit the plate because umpire calls it a strike and a foul ball. So 0-1 to Nelson. Sam Nelson up, Jed Nelson on deck. Third baseman playing up close, even with a bag. Shortstop is back. Second baseman back a little bit, but he's kind of trying to mess with base runner Bolinberg. First baseman is playing normally, and their outfield is angled around to the left a little bit. Center fielder not square. A little left of the second base. It's 1-1 now to Nelson. Well, the pitch outside and low, but nice stop there by catcher Temple to prevent Bolinberg from going to third. 2-1 now. Still no hits, but an error on the center fielder here for Hayfield, allowing Bolinberg to get out to second, and now that one misses. 3-1 to Sam Nelson. Fritcher checks the runner, comes home with a foul ball hit by Nelson. Third base side, not a play. It's a full count now. 3-2. 1 out and 1 on. Lyle-Pacelli needs runs here as they're down 4-0 in the fourth, top of the fourth already. 4 runs in the first, and then otherwise everybody's been shut out. Check swing, and the appeal, and he didn't go. No, he took his time down there, reviewing it in his head, but he said he didn't go, and he walked him. So first walk given up by Fritcher. Now runners at first and second with 1 out, and Jed Nelson is up. He struck out his first time up, leading off the second inning. He is a senior shortstop. First and second with 1 out for Lyle-Pacelli. Right-handed hitting, Jed Nelson swinging a miss. Top of the fourth, 4-0 Hayfield. They win, they go to state. It's up to Lyle-Pacelli to win 2. Or Hayfield will go to state instead and they are the number 1 team in Class A in the state of Minnesota, although Lyle-Pacelli is ranked 6th. So this is 2 tremendous teams going at it here. 0-2 to Jed Nelson, with Bollingberg at second, Sam Nelson at first, 1 out. And he looks at the runner a couple times and then delivers. That's outside for the ball. 1-2. On a steamy Thursday. Thankfully, they're doing concessions again. That was inside. 2-2. He's got to be a run on Waters and Mr. Freezies and all those things. Sunflower seeds, of course. 2-2. 3-2 make it. 3-2 to Jed Nelson as he went full on Sam Nelson and walked him. Well, if he issues another walk, although out to the mound goes Isaiah Temple, his catcher, to discuss things. He does have a base available, but I'm sure he doesn't want to walk anybody. But Hunter Vadir will be up next. And now, after striking out 6 in a row, he hasn't struck anybody out in 5 at-bats. Talking about Fritcher. That one gets away from his catcher, and it was ball 4. And it doesn't get away far enough for anybody to advance any more than the 1 base they were going to get. So Bollingberg down to 3rd, Sam Nelson at 2nd, and the second straight walk by Fritcher puts Jed Nelson at 1st with Hunter Vadir, the 8th grader. Right fielder, struck out his first time up. And now some trouble here in the 4th for Fritcher and the Viking defense. That's outside and high for ball 1. They have the tying run at the plate with 1 out here in the 4th. That one's low, gets through the catcher's legs. Run's going to score. Everybody's up a base as in comes Bollingberg to make it 4-1. Down to 3rd is Sam Nelson, on to 2nd, Jed Nelson. And Vadir now, they're actually going to have a meeting on the mound with Coach Casey Crickling of Hayfield, meeting with his infield and pitcher. And kicking at the dirt is Fritcher, as he has had a little bit of trouble with the strike zone after being so sharp those first 3 innings. And going 1, 2, 3, 3 straight innings, including 7 strikeouts in a row. 6 strikeouts in a row. And now they break it up. Nobody changes any positions. It'll still be Fritcher. Just giving him a pep talk and letting everybody in the infield know where to go with it here on a ground ball with 1 out and a foul by Vadir, and it's 1-1. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hunter Vadir. 2 straight walks. Then a wild pitch. And now 3-1 to Vadir with first base open. 2-2 is the count. Now it's 3-2. I'm just making up my own counts as I go. 3-2 to right-handed hitting Hunter Vadir. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, and he walked him to load him up. 3 walks in a row. My goodness. And Mac Nelson, the sophomore 3rd baseman who struck out his first time up, is now at the plate with the bases juiced with athletics. And he's the go-ahead run. You could park one and take the lead. That's outside, a ball, 1-0. 4-1, Hayfield in the top of the 4th. And he skies one, but it's in the infield. And shortstop Bungham is calling for it and gets it. And then off second, a double play. As drifting off second was Jed Nelson for some reason. And an easy double play for Bungham of Hayfield, the shortstop, who caught the ball and then just flipped it to second baseman Kobe Foster for a double play. It's a 6-4 double play. 2 and 3 outs, and that ends the threat. And they leave the base, well, they leave 2 on because they got the runner at second there. But they did score a run to tighten it up a little bit. But the Viking scoreboard shows 4-1 Hayfield after 3.5. And Viking Realty in Hayfield specializes in farm properties as well as residential homes. And they have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services. Features that let you control market information so you find a home that fits your exact needs. Call 507-477-2649 or visit hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven. Well, they didn't get a hit, but they did get 3 walks in a row and reach on an error to score a run. Lyle-Pacelli, and if they do get base hits, they're sponsored by Midwest Auto Steer in Lyle, your area ag leader dealer of precision farming tools from planting to harvest. Check out the new Sure Speed system for planting accuracy and efficiency. You can call Jerry Sampson at Midwest Auto Steer in Lyle for more information at 507-438-1204. And Hayfield coach Casey Kreckling has his squad in a big huddle along the third baseline right in front of their dugout. That was a long one. They had a discussion going on there. And they just broke it up. And they will bat here in the bottom of the fourth, leading 4-1 as Bollingberg takes his last warm-up tosses. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Eric Bungham, who made that great play out there at short. Double play. Bungham will be followed by Isaac Watson and Nolan Clockey. Bungham was hit by a pitch his first time around. Right-handed batting, senior shortstop for Hayfield. The 22-0 Vikings. What a year. And they really haven't had very many close games either. And that always scares me as a former player. And I mean, if I was a coach too, it'd be like, that just kind of, to me, puts the pressure on it. But they don't play like they have pressure on it. They come out with, they're steaming every game they play. They seem to put up some runs in that first inning, get off to a big start, and then pour it on. All right, now it's 4-1, and there's a 2-1 count to Bungham, the leadoff batter here in the fourth for the Vikings. I mean, Lyle-Pacelli is a very fine team in their own right. I mean, they're 19-3. But they haven't been able to hang with Hayfield in a couple of games they've played. They're getting a little closer here, but there's a base hit by Bungham to left. And that's the fourth hit off of Zach Bollingberg. 1 on and nobody out here in the fourth. It's almost like they're offended that they gave up a run. They had to have a team meeting. It's like, hey, we gave up a run. We don't do that. They had, down the stretch, so many shutouts. It's incredible. I should look it up and give you the lowdown on that. But they were blowing through everybody down the stretch of the regular season. As it's 0-1 now to Isaac Watson. Runner on and nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. They're Hayfield Vikings batting and leading 4-1. That's up the middle for a base hit. So back-to-back singles with the 7 and 8 hitters. And it's first and second with nobody out. And 9-hitter Nolan Clockey coming up. Nolan out on a grounder to short his first time up. And he's getting called over by his coach, Kreckling, third base coach, to talk about strategy. And the other 2 base runners come over to talk to him as well. Let me see. Hayfield down the stretch. Bring up their game schedule here. And, of course, everybody's using the phones here, so it's a little slower. But down the stretch, they had 6-0 over Maple River, 13-1 over Blooming Prairie, 8-0 over Waterville Elysian Morristown, 10-0 over Waterville Elysian Morristown, 16-0 over Wabasha Kellogg, and 13-3 over Lyle-Pacelli on Monday. They also had 18-0, 12-0, 13-0 scores this year, 11-1, 14-2, 12-5, 8-1, 21-0 over Bethlehem Academy, 19-10 over New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Their closest game was a 6-4 win over Medford back on April 27th. Other than that, it's not closer than 7, seems like. This foul ball there makes it 1-1 to Clocky. The 9-hitter with runners on first and second after back-to-back singles here in the 4th inning. 2, 4, 5 hits, all singles for the Vikings. As he shows bunt and pulls back, ball 2, 2-1. Top of the order's next with Ethan Fritcher. Doesn't get any easier. Don't put too many guys on base here as the pitch is outside and they throw it down to second and they got him picked off, but the shortstop fell down when he was feeling that one. Jed Nelson slipped and that made it easy for base runner Bungham to get to third. He was kind of hung out to dry there, and nice throw down there by Pacelli catcher Cole Walter, but shortstop Jed Nelson slipped as he caught it and fell, and then Bungham saw that and just took off for third and was safe. So now runners at the corners and nobody out with a 2-2 count to Nolan Clocky. And he lifts one in the air to shallow, well, it looks like second base, going to be right back on the grass, makes the catch, Jaden Lewis, and the tag is made. He got him. He is out at the plate by a mile. As Bungham as he tagged up. So that was a double play on a pop out to second for the first out, and then a throw out. Jaden Lewis to catcher Cole Walter on a 4-2 put out of Bungham at home. 2 down, and just a runner at first now. And the left-handed hitting Ethan Fritcher, top of the order. That was a nice play. An unusual double play. Catch at second, throw the runner out. That's a gutsy tag to make. He was just on the outfield grass, making kind of backpedaling, but maybe they thought they could catch him off guard. And, you know, well, if Bungham has speed, but it wasn't even really close at the plate. All catcher Walter had to do was catch the ball and put the glove down, and he slid right into it. It's 2-0 now to leadoff batter Fritcher, the 4th batter here in the 4th for Hayfield, and that's outside. 3-0. He walked his first time up and then flew out to right. So 0 for 1 with a walk and a 3-0 count here. And that one is outside. I think they've decided to just pitch around Mr. Fritcher and take their chances with the rest. Power 96 is 96.1, KQPR FM, Albert Lee, Minnesota. Just after 7 here. Of course, if you're listening in Timbuk 3, I don't know what time it is, early morning. We are all over the World Wide Web and 3 different platforms, KQPRFM.com, with video and audio live streaming. Also at our Facebook page, facebook.com/Power96MN. There's a foul ball. 1-1 to Joey Temple. Temple singled and scored in the first, and then he grounded out to short in the second. And our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Power96Baseball. Go ahead and subscribe to that. If we can get 100 subscribers, then we'll give you an actual address to go to. Didn't he get hit that, or did that hit his bat? It was an inside pitch. I thought he got hit in the shoulder, but I must have hit his bat, as it's going to be a strike, huh? No, they called it a ball, but I thought it hit him in some way. 2-1 with 2 down. And the runners advance. Watson now is over at third, and Fritcher at second. And a foul ball there for 2-2 count to Temple, with Carver Height due up next. But there's 2 outs here. Runners at second and third. 4-1 Hayfield lead in the bottom of the 4th. And Bollingberg delivers right back to him and straight through. He missed it. And it goes up through the middle for a base hit that scores 2 on a 2 RBI single for Joey Temple. And now 6-1 Hayfield. And that's the 6th hit for the Vikings. As Watson and Fritcher score to make it 6-1. And just when you think you're kind of crawling back into it, they bite you again. 6-1. Bottom of 4. They throw down to first, and he's back safely. Is Temple. Runner at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th for Hayfield, and they have that 5-run lead. Biggest of the game for them. It's a ball and no strikes to Height. Was a strike. 0-1. I sit corrected. 0-1, and he swings and misses. 0-2. Height singled and scored and struck out his second time up. He's a junior, plays right field. Bolenberg with 2 strikeouts and a walk. And this one is bounced to short, and he's going to have to hurry to get there. And the throw is, there's a collision at first as first baseman for Lyle-Pacelli, Landon Meyer, gets run over by the base runner as he was trying to maneuver to get an off throw from the shortstop, who had to hustle to get that over there, Jed Nelson. It was a slow roller. The third baseman, Mac Nelson, couldn't get to. Jed Nelson grabbed it, and he had to wheel it over to first to Landon Meyer, but it was off target, and in the process, Meyer got rolled over by the base runner Height, who ended up going to second. And on to third was Temple. But they're going to have, it's an E6 on the shortstop throw. And now they're trying to argue, see if there was any interference over there at first, but I don't think so. They're going to have second and third, 2 outs with a 6-1 lead. And now it's Lucas Hansen, the senior first baseman, who was hit by a pitch and scored, and then grounded back to the pitcher his next time up. This one, strike 1 called. So after 2 1-2-3 innings for Zach Bolenberg, trouble here in the 4th. 7th batter to get up here. 2 runs in here in the inning, 6-1 lead. And now runners at second and third with 2 outs. Hayfield just keeps coming at you in waves, man. It's tough. Zach fires, fouled back. He's got to just ignore. He's looking at third base because he's a right-handed pitcher. Third base runner, Joey Temple, is over there dancing back and forth and just trying anything to distract him. He has to ignore it and pitch. And he does just that. And this one is just a tad high. It's going to be 1-2 to Lucas Hansen. Here's the 1-2. And he check swing, and it gets away from the catcher, but he's going to throw it to first for the out. At a strikeout, and the inning ends after a great double play by the second baseman, Jaden Lewis. They still scored 3. I don't think all 3 can happen after that, but it's a strikeout nonetheless there for Bolenberg, his 3rd of the game, and it's another Agri-Steel strikeout. And when it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan with one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry and top-of-the-line G115 galvanization. I don't know what all that means, but sounds like quality to me. Visit Agri-Steel today at 103 1st Street in Lyle. They know more about it than I do. You can call them at 507-325-2382 for more information. I built grain bins like 40 years ago. It was a lot different. We had hand cranks, and ring by ring, it went up as we sweated through a summer when I was in high school doing that. So that is end of 4 on the scoreboard here. It's the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate scoreboard. 6-1 Hayfield. Rich Rieken of Southeast Minnesota Real Estate has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota, and he can put you into your dream home. You go to semnrealty.com or call Rich at 507-477-2000. And this one's scheduled for 7. We are after 4 innings, going to the top of the 5th. And Lyle-Pacelli running out of time to catch up here. They're down 5. 9 outs to go here. And Bolenberg Fritcher did run into some trouble there in the 4th inning as the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics Took 6 men to the plate, but a double play hurt their chances to score with the bases loaded. And now Jake Truckenmiller will come up. Is it Jake? I've been calling him Jack. I'm sorry. It is Jake. My gosh, I got to see. Jake. Sorry, Jake. Jake Truckenmiller, the sophomore left fielder, struck out his first time up. He'll lead off the 5th here for Lyle-Pacelli. And that one's outside and a ball. 2-0. Jaden Lewis, these are the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Athletics. Truckenmiller, then Jaden Lewis and Landon Meyer. That's low for a ball. No, he called it a strike. 2-1. Looked low. Umpire thought, it's not too low. Strike one. That one's way inside. 3-1. Made him straighten his knees. Truckenmiller, right-handed hitting sophomore left fielder. And again, inside, he walked him. It's the 4th walk now for Fritcher, unlike him. But with the heat and the sweat, that kind of thing can happen. He does have 6 strikeouts. In fact, he had them all in a row. 3rd out of the 1st, all 3 outs of the 2nd, and the first 2 of the 3rd were strikeouts in a row. And now it's Lewis who made that great double play there out at 2nd. Caught the ball, and runner was tagging at 3rd, and he threw it in, and they tagged him out. It's 0-1. They throw over to 1st, and he got a bad stuff back to the bag, did Truckenmiller, and he is picked off for out number 1. Nice job by Fritcher throwing over to Lucas Hansen. And they have 1 away now, nobody on. And it's an 0-1 count to Lewis. Everything going Hayfield's way now. Their 6-1 lead here in the top of the 5th. And the next pitch, it's 1-1. Now that's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lewis is the 8 hitter. Landon Meyer is due up next, the 9 hitter. Swing and a miss. Another K, number 7 for Fritcher. And the 2nd out of the inning. Landon Meyer now, that's a Hayfield strikeout brought to you by Absolute Ag in Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service. Give them a call. Give them all the crap you want. Cody will take your calls at 507-259-9054 to schedule your job. Left-handed hitting Meyer flew out to center field for the 3rd out of the 3rd inning. Steps in here with 2 out. Nobody on. And Fritcher looking again for a 1-2-3 inning, even though he walked the first batter. Picked him off. That was way inside and almost hit Landon, but it's ball 2. 2-0. Fritcher working quickly. Here he comes with a 2-0. That's called strike 1, 2-1. Top of the order, it would be next if Mr. Meyer can get on board here. 2-1, 2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss. 2-2. We're in the top of the 5th, scheduled for 7. Hayfield wins. The section is over. They're the champions. They go to state Tuesday in St. Cloud. Lyle-Pacelli needs to come back and win to force another game after this one in a winner-take-all situation. 3-2. And that's a walk as he fell down throwing that pitch, did Fritcher. And so 2 walks in the inning, his 5th of the game. Still have not given up a hit, though, if I'm not mistaken. There's like a strange no-hitter going here in the 5th. There was a reach on error. There's been 5 walks. But, yeah, no hit for Lyle-Pacelli yet. Runner at first now, 2 outs. Top of the order, Cole Walter. Flew right, flew out to left. And the first pitch to him is outside and high for a ball. 1-0. 7 outs left for the Athletics to get something going here. Down 5 in the 5th. And that's a swing and a miss and an outside pitch. 1-1. Pulled the string on that one. A little off speed. 1-1, 2 outs. Runner at first for Lyle-Pacelli. That one is hit in the air, but foul behind the plate for a ball and 2 strikes. And another 50 cents for a youngster chasing that one down. So I'm going to do in my retirement. I'm going to go to these parks and get 50 cents at a time. I'll just push little kids out of the way and grab those foul balls and take them into the concession stand. Yeah, old guys can get away with that. 2 and 2 rather. It's count 2 and 2 to Cole Walter. Checks the runner at first and he steps off. 2 and 2 with 2 outs. That runner at first is Landon Meyer. Second walk of the inning, but they picked off the first one. It was Jake Truckenmiller, who had a hard time getting back to first. He lost it, and they were able to pick him off. Walter rather. Cole, the right-handed hitting senior. That one's up and high and tight for a ball 4, and another walk. The third walk of the inning, and the 6th. Fritcher. He had 7 strikeouts and no walks at one point. Now he's got. Still only gave up the 1 run. And also still a no-hitter going. Strangely enough. With a run scored and 6 walks. Not a perfect game, but still no hitter. And a strike there to Zach Bollingberg. Zach has flown out to center and then reached on an error to the center fielder, who had a fly ball right to him, and it popped right out of his glove. And ended up scoring on that later in the inning. In a second, it could be a base hit. Dying, and it falls in there. A run. The throw to the plate is going to be cut off, and it's 6-2. As in comes Meyer to score the second run. On third is Walter. Bollingberg with an RBI single. First hit, and that breaks up to 4 thirds innings of no-hit ball. Oh, that's over. Batter is Sam Nelson. He had a duck for cover on that one. 1-0, 2 outs. Runners to the corners now for Pacelli, as they are down 4. Their tying run is still in the dugout, but they got the home run here. They get 3. They'll make it a 1-point game, a one-run game. Lefty, Sam Nelson. He's walked and struck out so far today, and that one makes it 2-1. He's got a run, an RBI waiting for him at third, so a base hit makes it 6-3, but he swings and misses at that one. They really have not been able to catch up to the fastball of Fritcher at all. And he's got a kind of a wicked curveball, or maybe it's a slider, whatever. It's a breaking pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. And he strikes him out to end the inning. They get another run in, and it's 6-2. That strikeout is his 8th, and it's a Absolute Ag strikeout from Absolute Ag in Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job, and feel free to give them all the crap you want. On the Viking Realty scoreboard, we are through 4.5. It's 6-2 Hayfield. And Viking Realty in Hayfield specializes in farm properties as well as residential homes. And they have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services, features that let you control the market information. And it's very easy to use. Go on the website and find out, hayfieldhomes.com. Also call 507-477-2649 and talk to somebody there and find your little piece of heaven.
This Lyle-Pacelli Hayfield Class 1A Baseball Championship Round matchup is sponsored today by Hodgman Drainage. Their dedicated team specializes in underground solutions using state-of-the-art technology, delivering superior results. Proudly serving area farmers since 1982. When it's time for drainage design and installation, contact Hodgman Drainage at 507-528-2225. Power 96 is looking for a self-motivated, goal-oriented salesperson. Experience is a plus, but we'll train the right person. Base salary plus commission, 5 days a week, paid holidays and vacation. Send your resume to dmassman@kqprfm.com. That's DMASSMAN at kqprfm.com. No phone calls, please.
So back here in Austin at Riverland, thanks again to Hodgman Drainage as well as Viking Realty, Southeast Minnesota Realty, both of Hayfield, also Absolute Ag in Hayfield, and AgriSteel in Lyle, and Midwest Auto Steer in Lyle. They're bringing the base hits, and did get a hit, didn't they? And I neglected to tell you it was a 2 RBI single. No, that was Hayfield. Wait a minute. They did get an RBI hit because, yeah, they broke up the no-hitter from Zach Bolenberg. So that was brought to you by Midwest Auto Steer and Lyle, your ag leader, dealer of precision farming tools from planting to harvest. Check out the new Sure Speed system for planting accuracy and efficiency. Call Jerry Sampson at Midwest Auto Steer and Lyle for more information. 507-438-1204. And leading off here in the bottom of the 5th for Hayfield is the 4-hitter, Jed Nelson, senior, shortstop. Struck out and walked. And he's got an 0-2 count on him now from Fritcher. Or no, this is, I got it wrong? No. Hayfield up. Sorry. It is the 5-6-7 hitter. It's Isaiah Temple, who just got a single up the middle. Got my scorebook all messed up. Yeah, so Temple, who had a 2 RBI single and grounded out the second, now gets another single. And Bollingberg still pitching for Lyle-Pacelli. Facing now Ethan Slothog, who has struck out twice in this ballgame. Right-handed hitting senior left fielder. Now the runner goes, and they have him. Did he hang on to the ball? He did. He's out. Temple thrown out at second for the first out. So that erases the base runner here in the 5th for Hayfield. Well, they still lead 6-2, so they got 8 hits to 1 lead, and they do have the only error of the game, which was on the shortstop. Hayfield shortstop Eric Bungum, although they should be 1-1 because was it Sam? That was who was it in the center field who dropped one? It's 0-2 now to Slothog, and he swings and misses. Bollingberg picks up his 4th strikeout, and there's 2 down. Nobody on here in the 5th. And that is a AgriSteel strikeout. AgriSteel in Lyle, have they got a deal for you on AGI MFS bins? They lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan. So check them out either in person at 103 1st Street in Lyle or call 507-325-2382 and garner more information. 2 up, 2 down. Eric Bungum is walked and singled, and now he singles again right up the middle. He pounds one right over the second base bag and into center field. And the 8th hit of the game for Hayfield. Still 6-2. And boy, picking off Temple trying to steal second was big. He'd probably be sitting at 3rd by now. But as it is, there's a runner at first, 2 outs, and Isaac Watson comes up, the lefty DH. He has a sac fly and a single and a run scored. 8-hitter in the Hayfield lineup. 2 down, bottom of 5. Scheduled for 7, Hayfield leading 6-2. If they win this game, we will not have a second game. But if Lyle-Pacelli can put it together and come back and win, we'll go to another game. Under the lights, 1-1 now to Watson. And that one is down the first base side, foul. 1-2. And as Bungum gets his lead at first, and Bollingberg climbs the hill here and rubs the ball down, and now he will get ready to go. He'll gander at Bungum at first with his lead and deliver. That one looked close, but ball 2, says the umpire. 2-2. 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner at first, and Watson with a Lefty stance, waiting the pitch. He swings and misses for the third out of the inning. Another strikeout for Zach Molenberg, his 5th of the game, and that is another Agora Steel strikeout. With high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS comes to mind. Their bins lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan. They got one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry and top-of-the-line G115 galvanization. Visit Agora Steel today. Find out at 103 First Street in Lyle or call 325. It's 507-325-2382 for information. And on the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate scoreboard, it's 6-2 after 5. Hayfield leads with Lyle-Pacelli coming to bat. Rich Reekin of Southeast Minnesota Real Estate has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota, not just in the general Hayfield vicinity, all over Southeast Minnesota. So he can put you in your dream home if you call him at 507-477-2000 or online at semnrealty.com. As we now head to inning number 6, running out of time for the Athletics of Lyle-Pacelli. Down 4, and picking away at it, but those 2 runs they allowed in the 4th could come back to haunt them, because if they didn't have that, it'd be 4-2 and sitting in a much better situation. But 6-2 as it is. And Lyle-Pacelli having a whale of a year, 19-3 under Brock Meyer. They lost to Randolph 7-6 and 11-2, and then they lost to Hayfield Monday 13-3. But other than that, 19 wins. So they know how to scratch out these games when they need to, and they're going to give it all they've got here for the last 6 outs of what could be their season. We have a relief pitcher here for Hayfield. No, we don't. It's Fritcher. I thought he was taking an extra few tosses there, it seemed like, but it's still Ethan. He's got 8 strikeouts and 6 walks. He's only given up 1 hit. Yeah, it was the E8 on Hayfield's Nolan Clockey that he had they haven't even put it up on the board there I guess that is the only error. I have an error on each team. So I have an E6 on a throw on the Lyle-Pacelli defense. They haven't had up there on there, but maybe that light is out or something. It's 1-1 now to leadoff batter in the 6th inning for Lyle-Pacelli, and that is Jed Nelson. Strike 2 as he fouls one back. He's walked and struck out in his 2 trips today. Needs to get things rolling for the A's and make up these 4 runs. And he lifts one, shallow right. Second baseman leaps for it and makes the catch out there. Hayfield's Kobe Foster. And 1 up and 1 down. On a little flare to second. Hunter Vadir, the right fielder, he struck out and walked. And the 8th grader will try and get things rolling here with 5 outs left. And the pitch is swung on and missed. A little bit outside on that one, but he swung through that for strike 1. Fritcher already ready to go and delivers strike 2. Kept them on their heels all day with those 8 strikeouts. He has walked 6. But it hasn't really bothered him. I always say, even when I walk people, it ends up being runs, but it really hasn't for him. There's a strikeout of Vadir. 2 up and 2 down, and now they're down to the last 4 outs. And that is the 9th strikeout for Fritcher, and that's another Absolute Ag strikeout, brought to you by Absolute Ag in Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around. Give them all the crap you want. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. Swing and a miss by Mac Nelson. And the strike parade continues from Ethan Fritcher, as he had a little bit of a streak going of 6 in a row strikeouts, and then kind of got in some trouble in the 4th, but he's getting it back now with a 1-1 count. That's outside. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on here for Lyle-Pacelli in their top half of the 6th. And that one's lifted to the outfield. No, it's shallow left. Shortstop calling for it. And Eric Bungham makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. A little pop to short. And now Lyle-Pacelli down to their last 3 outs, and they got to go play defense here as we are through 5.5 on the Vikings Realty scoreboard. And it is 6-2 Hayfield. Viking Realty specializing in farm properties and residential homes. They got whatever you want, and they have state-of-the-art listing search and automatic notification services, the features that let you control market information. So you can find a home that fits your exact needs. Call 507-477-2649 or visit hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven. Thanks to Hodgman Drainage, Southeast Minnesota Real Estate, Agri-Steel, Absolute Ag, Midwest Auto Steer, Viking Realty for making this a reality. It's a little play on words. Yeah. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Zach Bolenberg still out there on the hill for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics, as he has 5 strikeouts and a walk. He's given up 9 hits, 6 runs, trailing 6-2. They need a 1-2-3 inning, and then they've got to get the bats going because they're down to the last 3 outs when they get up in the 7th. Down 4. We're on Power 96, 96.1 FM, as well as online, streaming audio and video at kqprfm.com, facebook.com/Power96MN, and on YouTube at youtube.com. Just search for Power 96 Baseball. As it is 1-0 to leadoff batter here in the 6th, Nolan Clockey, the 9-hitter. 1-1. He popped to the second baseman and grounded to the shortstop. 2-1 now to Clockey. Top of the order, Ethan Fritcher will be up next. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Foul ball, 2-2 still. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bolenberg tosses one in there and got him. Outside corner, strikeout number 6 for Zach. And that is an Agri-Steel strikeout. And when it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan with one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry and top-of-the-line G115 galvanization. You can visit Agri-Steel today at 103 First Street in Lyle or call 507-325-2382 for more information. 6 Ks, 1 walk. Pretty good performance other than the 6 runs. But much better than Monday when he gave up 9 in the first. But the offense still has not bailed him out here, and we're down to it here. Bottom of the 6th, 6-2 Hayfield. Batting with 1 out is Fritcher with a 3-0 count. They're just pitching around him. They've walked him twice. He flew out to right, but he's just nibbling at the plate. There's a strike there called 3-1. They're not giving him anything to hit. He did walk and score twice, though, so that doesn't always help you out to not let him hit. But he walks for the 3rd time. 3 walks now for Bolenberg, and that's all 3 were to Fritcher. He's had pretty good control tonight, getting it across the plate. And here's Joey Temple, singled and scored, 2 RBI single in the 4th, and then a ground out to short, so 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. A nice day for Joey Temple. 1 out. Fritcher dancing around off first as the pitch comes in. And it's lifted Shallow. It's actually right past second. It's still on the dirt, and the catch is made out there by Pacelli's Jaden Lewis. Solid second baseman out there. He makes good plays and has that second out on a pop to second. Oops, I got the wrong guy. P4, 2 outs. Fritcher remains at first now. And a 3-hitter, Carver Height, is up. On his way. Oh, they got him picked off. Are they going to get him out, though? No, he slides in. The ball is, what are they going to do? He hasn't called it yet. He calls him safe. Fritcher just, he thought, well, I'm going to go for it now. They got me all dead to rights here, so he just hightailed it as fast as he could to second, and he's hobbled a little bit. Not too serious, though. Got tangled up there with the shortstop. And so he's going to walk around a little bit, talk to his coach. But he just barreled into second. He had no other options. He was going to hang out to dry there, and it worked for him. He's safe. So he's at second now with 2 outs. Carver Height is up, has yet to be pitched to. Height had the single and scored, struck out, and then reached on an error that they still haven't recorded on the scoreboard, but was where the shortstop overthrew first base and caused that collision over there. So there's 1-0, and that one gets away from the catcher, Walter, and down to third goes Fritcher. 2 down and a runner down to third now for Hayfield as they lead 6-2. Bottom of the 6th. It's a 2-0 count. 2-0, and it's fouled back out of play first base side. 2-1. Is it quarters here? It's 50 cents. 50 cents in Red Wing. It's probably a nickel when I was doing it, but that one gets away again on a wild pitch, and in comes Fritcher to score. Boy, he took 2 bases on wild pitches on that time around and makes it 7-2. It's a tough day for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics. They're going to need now 5 runs in the top of the 7th to extend the game. And that's strike 1, or strike 2 rather, to Height. It's 3-2 now to him. 3-2 with 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of 6, 7-2 Hayfield leads, batting in the 6th. And that's a strike called. Boy, Height thought he had a walk out of that one, but it's a strike. And that'll be the 7th strikeout for Zach Bolenberg. And it's a Lyle-Pacelli strikeout brought to you by Agri-Steel. When it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan with one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry. And top-of-the-line galvanization. Visit Agri-Steel today at 103 1st Street in Lisle or call 507-325-2382 for more information. And on the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate scoreboard, 7-2 after 6. Last chance for Lyle-Pacelli here in the 7th as they need 5 at least to keep the game going, or Hayfield goes to state. And if they can come back and win, Lyle-Pacelli would force another game here tonight. So that is what's on the line as we return. But Southeast Minnesota Real Estate, Rich Reekin there has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota. And he says he can put you in your dream home. You just got to call him at 507-477-2000. Get the ball rolling. You can also visit the website, semnrealty.com, and you can walk yourself through getting a new home right there. Get that started. 7-2, and Lyle-Pacelli has the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming to the plate here in the 7th, or due up anyway. Jake Truckenmiller, Jaden Lewis, and Landon Meyer. And I see Truckenmiller there, so no pinch hitter for him. They need 5. Hayfield sensing another win. And they would go to 23-0 to the state tournament if they can get 3 outs before Lyle-Pacelli gets 5 runs here in the 7th. 7 runs on 9 hits and an error for Hayfield. 2 runs on 1 hit and no errors, although I have him for 1, on Lyle-Pacelli. As Truckenmiller steps in, the sophomore left fielder. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. As Fritcher's going the distance. He's got 9 strikeouts and 6 walks in the game. And strike 1 to Truckenmiller. And he grounds one fouled on the first base side. 0-2 quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 innings for Mr. Fritcher today from Hayfield. That one got away from him and is outside a ball. 1-2. An uphill battle here for Lyle-Pacelli in the 7th. Their last at-bats, it starts with a base hit to right, though. As Truckenmiller, the young sophomore, gets him started in the right direction with a base hit. Second hit of the game for the Athletics, and that'll bring up Jaden Lewis, the senior second baseman. Jaden struck out twice here today, and he is due for a base hit. They need one in the gap. They've got the big gaps. Center fielder playing pretty much straight away. They're all playing shallow here for Lewis. But the left and right fielders are more closer to the line than to the middle of the field. So there are some gaps he could get it into if he can get it out of the infield. You got strike 1 to him. That's inside for a ball. 1-1. Third baseman's up in the grass. First baseman playing the bag on base runner Truckenmiller. Second and short are back deep in the respective holes there. Strike is called. 1-2. Nobody out. 1 on here in the 7th. Lyle-Pacelli batting, needing 5 runs to extend the game. Or Hayfield's going to state. That one's ripped to left, and is it fair? No, it's foul. Just foul. They'd still be running if that one would have landed fair. Would have been second and third, I believe. As it is, it's a strike. It's 1-2. Runner at first. Nobody out. And Jaden Lewis reloads here with a 1-2 count. Fritcher looks at the runner now, delivers, swing and a miss. Boy, the high heat, that's tough to catch up to. I don't have a speed gun on that thing, but that thing is cruising. And there's 1 out, and that is his 10th strikeout. And that is an absolute ag strikeout. And he's done. They're going to put a relief pitcher in. Must have reached some sort of pitch count. As he gets a great hand. And, of course, Absolute Ag and Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around. You can give them all the crap you want. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 to schedule your job. And Clocky coming in, is that what it is? Got a fly over here that wants to get in my mouth, and I do not want that to happen. He's very persistent. As the new pitcher is Clocky for sure here now. I see the number 5. Nolan is the junior. And yeah, out to center goes Ethan Fritcher. As he takes his warm-up tosses. And there's 1 out here in the 7th. And they'll have a runner on first in Truckenmiller. With Landon Meyer due up here, the 9-hitter. For Lyle-Pacelli, still needing 5 runs. And down to their last 2 outs. As we have a little lull here, but he's taking his last of his warm-up pitches, is Clocky. And he's about ready to go. All right, here we go. New pitcher, Clocky. With 1 out and 1 on here in the 7th. He needs to get 2 outs before they score 5, and if he does, Hayfield goes to state. On Tuesday, they would open in St. Cloud. Left-handed batter. Meyer takes another pitch, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, and the pitch. That's high for a ball, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Clocky delivers inside, four-pitch walk to Meyer, and that puts runners at first and second with 1 out. And top of the order, Cole Walter is up. Outfield straight away. Easton Fritcher out in straight center field. Well, everybody's pretty much straight away in the outfield. Infield has third base up, everybody else back. They're not holding on the runner at first. Then a swing and a miss for Walter. 0-1. It's 1 out here in the 7th. Trailing by 5. It's a long way to go here for Lyle-Pacelli, and Clocky, the new pitcher, wants to make it as quickly as possible. Get out of here. It's 0-1 to Cole Walter. And that next pitch is it's 2-1. Walter had a fly out to right, a fly out to left, and a walk so far today. And that one is low for 3-1. And Clocky comes in, and he's having trouble with the strike zone here as he walked Meyer, his first batter he faced. And now down 3-1 to Walter with Zach Bolenberg on deck. And that one's way outside. He walked him. 2 walks for Clocky, and it's first and it's actually bases loaded because Jake Truckenmiller started the inning with a single, so he's at third. And then Myers now at second with Walter at first, and Zach Bolenberg comes up. Now they're talking to Clocky out there on the mound. And I think they're going to make a quick change here, as he didn't last long. Clocky now got to see where he goes. Who did they replace him with? There's no numbers on the front, so we got to wait until he pitches, comes off the mound, and turns around a little bit. There's a right-hander. No, it's number 12 for Joey Temple, third baseman. So Clocky probably will go over to third as Joey Temple is in. So he faces 2 batters, does Clocky, walks them both. Sets up bases loaded with 1 out. And a 5-run advantage for Hayfield. They just want to protect that and not let it get any farther. 1 out here in the 7th for Lyle-Pacelli. Boy, they start going here with a base hit, score a couple, and then it's no holds barred. I don't know what could happen, anything. If they can get started making it close here. A 1-out rally as Temple takes the last of his warm-up tosses. The field is mostly bathed in sunshine. Still there's some fingers of shade out in left field from the light poles. But everything else has plenty of sunshine still. Top of the 7th. Lyle-Pacelli down to the last 2 outs. They got to score 5, but they have the bases loaded and 1 out here. And coming up, one of their star players, Zach Bolenberg. He flew out to center, reached on an error, and had an RBI single last time up. If he rips a single to the gap here, you're going to have 2 and maybe 3 runs in. But you don't want to make any silly base running errors with this 5-run deficit. A strike 1 from Temple to Bolenberg. And Joey wants to just end this thing as quickly as possible. Third pitcher for Hayfield. Strike called. It's 0-2. Boy, he is on the mark. He's throwing some heat. Tall, slender right-hander, Joey Temple. And here's the pitch. And it is laced to right center. It's Gapper, but the catch is up to it and makes the grab out there. Nolan Clockey. Actually, whoever's playing center, that would be the pitcher that started it all, Easton Fritcher, who got on his horse to make that one. Nice job, Easton. But a tag up and a score, so it's 7-3 now as Meyer comes in. Or rather, Truckenmiller comes in. Meyer's at third now. And on at first is Walter, who didn't advance there on the sacrifice fly by Bolenberg to center, and he got an RBI out of that, his second RBI of the day. Sam Nelson now, it's last out, last hope for the Athletics. He has struck out twice and walked once. He's got a 1-0 count, now 2-0. Runners at the corners, 2 down, 4 runs they need. They only have 1 out left. And that one is outside, and the throw to second is in time to end the game on a caught stealing by Cole Walter out at second base. Nice throw by Hayfield catcher Isaiah Temple to the second baseman Kobe Foster, and they got him for the 3rd out, and they take their undefeated record to state on Tuesday in St. Cloud. We'll give you the matchups when they make the pairings, as well as Albert Lee going to Jordan for state on Tuesday. We'll cover both teams as best we can. 23-0, Hayfield taking a 7-3 win here. And no second game needed. I'll tell you what, though, Lyle-Pacelli had a great season, 19-4. And the only teams they lost to, Randolph and Hayfield, were really good teams. So no shame in that, as they give out the hardware out on the field here for the section. And the final scoreboard sponsorship from Viking Realty in Hayfield, specializing in farm properties as well as residential homes. They have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services, features that let you control market information so you find a home that fits your exact needs. Call 507-477-2649 or visit hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven. We thank Hodgman Drainage, Viking Realty, Agra Steel of Lyle, Absolute Ag in Hayfield, Southeast Minnesota Real Estate of Hayfield, and Midwest Auto Steer in Lyle, your ag leader, dealer of precision farming tools from planting to harvest. Check out the new Sure Speed system for planting accuracy and efficiency. Call Jerry Sampson at Midwest Auto Steer for more information in Lyle. His number is 507-438-1204. 7-3, Hayfield going to state, and as well as Albert Lee, and we'll have that coverage for you on Tuesday. We'll let you know Monday what all the pairings are and the respective classes that they have. And I am Jay Paul. Thanks to Reg for running things again. I lose my partner in crime now for the state games because they don't allow streaming up there. So it's been fun, man. We've been traveling around Minnesota together and getting to know each other. It's pretty cool. Let's go back to more great rock and roll here on Power 96.